Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kansas City Southern Union Pacific N scale layout. This is going to be kind of a how to do video. I've had some people ask me how I'm ballasting my track. So I'm going to show you some ways that I do it. I've been ballasting track for over 20 years and it is not my favorite thing to do. It is very messy. It's time consuming. But it looks good. You have to have it done. I have not ballasted my main tracks yet. That's going to be last because I still have to put in approximately 32 tortoise machines. So it'll be a while before I do that. But I have started some landscaping and I've been ballasting my industries. I ballast my grain elevator and my rock line. And people have been asking me, how did you do it? So to make the video a little shorter, I already sprinkled down the ballast. So I put it in a little shaker like this, and then I spread it down. And these little foam brushes that you can get at Michael's or a hobby place, they're like 90 cents or 50 cents. Spreads the ballast great. And you can just spread it, make it look nice, clear the rails like that. And these things are just wonderful. They work great. Oops, I hit my elbow. Work great. And when they get all thrashed, you just throw them in the trash can. They're so cheap. I think you can get them two for $1. Anyhow, I get it all ready. And I keep it clear of all my switches, as you can see. And then what I do is I take my little hobby knife and I go down the side of the rails like this and just make sure there's nothing in there. That way when the glue sets, you don't have to try to pry it apart later or a car derails. So that's what I do. And I do this on every rail, and I do it more than once. So, just on the inside, go real slow. And you just go all the way down. So, you do that on all your tracks before you start gluing. So hang on just a second, and we'll get to the glue. Okay, you guys, welcome back. I cleared my rails with my hobby knife. And you can either use a spoon or I use these heavy pair of pliers. And what I do is just I tack down on the rails themselves. And I'm just settling the ballast up underneath there just right and getting some stuff out of the middle. And it's pretty much just like tampering. If you've ever seen a tamper out in the real railroads, that's all it's doing. And I tell you, before you glue and before you put your stuff down, you're going to go over this 1,000 times because you're going to think it's just not right. But that's a part of ballasting I just can't stand. It just drives me nuts. So, in this case, we're doing the cement area. I have a cement factory going in here, a cement plant. This track here is going to where the coal is, and this is 2 tracks for the cement cars. So anyways, after you get done tampering, then you can start. You want to do some last minute cleanup. Like I said, this will just drive you crazy because you're never going to think you're ready. But you know, you got to start sometime, I guess. So it's hard to get it 100%. So anyhow, this is what I use. I use 70% isopropyl alcohol and an eyedropper, and then I hit it with Scenic cement. I don't use the white glue 50-50 method. I'll probably use that on my main line just because it's on HO cork and it works a little better, and my main lines have to be perfect, to which these don't have to necessarily be 100% perfect. Branch lines and industry lines are never perfectly balanced, if you ever noticed that. So anyhow, let me get the alcohol ready and we'll do it. Okay guys, so here we go. We're going to get the eyedropper full of 70% alcohol. And what I first do is I start with my furthest track. I just go down the middle and I go real slow. So we just cruise on down there. And we'll just do one track for video's sake, so you guys don't need to see all three. And so I just put it down there. I soak it really good. You know, you're going to need multiple eyedroppers full. Luckily this track isn't very long, so it won't take that long. So we'll go up to this little road crossing right here. And then I go back and I pick one of the sides. And in this case the furthest side, and I just soak it. So that's what I do. I'll do one more and then we'll kind of fast forward to the glue for running purposes. So just soak it really good and never be in a hurry. So there we go. So okay you guys, I'll be back and we'll do the glue. Okay you guys, as you can see it is soaked with the alcohol. Another thing, be really careful when you use the eyedropper and not try to squeeze real hard, because it'll squirt out and move your ballast and then you're kind of screwed. I mean, you can fix it, but it's just a pain. So anyhow, so that's ready. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go down into the old glue. Try to go down in the old glue. Maybe, maybe not. Hang on a second. Okay, so you're going to get this full of glue, and you're just going to do the same thing. You're just going to go down the middle of the track and just soak it. And just go real slow. You can come back and clean your track later. I usually do it like the next day. I usually try not to go more than about 48 hours because then it sticks to the rail. But I did not paint my rails on my spurs, but if you guys can see that, I did do the main. I don't know if you guys can see that with this lighting. It needs one more coat. So just go down and then just cover it all nice. Go real slow. Take slow steps. And it'll work. Hang on just a second. Let me get this. I need a cameraman is what I need. So anyhow, that's my way of doing it. You know, everybody has their own way, and every way I've seen usually works. I haven't really seen a bad way of doing it. But like I said, for my spurs and my industries, it doesn't need to look 100%. So anyhow, that's what that's going to be, and I'll have to do the rest of these. So just wanted to show you how I did it. I had a couple guys ask me how I was doing it, since they've seen it in the last video. Okay, there you go. I'm going to be doing a bunch of scenery all through here, and that'll be the next video. So I did start on some right here, but we got to finish it all the way down there. And I did dirt roads. I'll show you how I did that. I had a cat come into my training room and walk on here, so I had to do some touch-ups. So anyhow, that's ballasting. Next week we'll show you how to do the dirt roads and the landscaping. All right, everybody take care and keep training. I am out.